the big news in kayak fishing, and really it's kind of old news, but it became new news again. Uh, there was a post out on somebody's personal page. The runner-up from the TOC made a post regarding protest of the first and second place with the TOC, duplicate fish, on and on. What do you know? What do you think, Ryan, of that so far? I've got a list of opinions I want to share.
I don't understand. I guess the timing of it. We saw the TOC. We knew that there was a protest because the winner, Garrett Morgan, didn't want to come on that Monday. He's like, no, there's a protest going on. Let's see how this plays out first, which, right call on his part. You don't want to go on a bunch of podcasts and then be like, oh, yeah, sorry, I actually didn't win. But, we saw the whole thing play out, and it's been, what, a month and a half, two months ago? Like, it's been a hot minute, and then we get this thing dropped, and of course, it was dropped on an angler's personal page, and then delightfully brought over with a bow on and put on KBN and just lit on fire like it always does. But the thing, I don't know there wasn't a scandal to it. There was an official protest filed, at the event. It was looked into, multiple people, tournament directors, biologists brought in on this, and there was not a clear ruling on one side or the other. And, I think it's like football, like a replay. Like if there's not enough evidence for you to say, hey, this definitely is the same fish, how are you going to take somebody's TOC championship away from them?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
That's tough.
And like I said, the argument on our page was, is it the same fish? A lot of memes were spawned, a lot of arguing back and forth. Somebody put a poll up, and the poll got taken down, and it was pretty split. It was pretty split. It was like 6.
Marshall said he was showing Michaela the poll and accidentally deleted one of the poll answers. So
yeah, but
he had to delete the other one.
Before it went down, it was like 62 thought it was the same fish, 49 thought it wasn't. So I mean, that's a pretty damn even split of is it the same or not. I personally didn't think it was the same fish. I think it's a very, 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 very similar fish, but really that's a moot point. It doesn't matter. They closed that investigation within a week of the TOC itself.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Like I myself personally, I have been the subject of two different multiple fish catch investigations, and in both cases they were ruled to be the same fish. That's fantastic. That's that's their job. They're judges. My job is to catch the fish. Their job is to judge the fish. And the ruling's handed down and you're done and you move on with it. That's all there is to it. You sign up for these tournaments knowing who the judges are. All you ask is for a fair shake and for them to look at all the evidence in front of them. And in my opinion, they did their job, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it was Marvin. He commented on one of the threads going. A few other people said something similar, which is it's real easy to pick out all the similarities, but if everything isn't identical, it's not the same fish. Nobody was looking for the differences, and you can't overturn the call on the field, like you said, Ryan. If it's not 100%, they had biologists involved, like you said. There were other tournament directors. This wasn't a one-man decision. This was a panel of people, very in-depth investigation, and they didn't overturn it. And that was within a week of the TOC concluding. We had Garrett on. We interviewed him. We didn't even bring it up because we didn't want to put a black eye on his win or the runner-up's performance either.
Yeah.
But his post, to me, has put a black eye on the event. It was ill-timed, and the way he posted it, the perception was like the investigation closed yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is complete bullshit. It was way back in the beginning of November.
Papa.
Way back in the beginning of November, right after the TOC, it was over with and done. Why didn't he post something then publicly if he was outraged? Somebody in the comments said, why is everyone but the TD talking about it? I think there's maybe some legal action taking place, and they're probably going to go radio silent with it. And this is all speculation, I'm guessing.
And honestly, I don't know why the TD doesn't have to talk about it. He ran a tournament. He did his investigation, did what he was supposed to, and the TD talking about it was the results that were finalized and the checks that went out. That was the TD, and checks went out. That was the closure of it.
Yeah, to me, my perspective is, this guy was going to fish the BOS again, didn't want to have that yanked out from under him, but when they closed shop, it was time to just throw grenades and slander him, which is a shame because AJ just like Steve Owens, just like all the other great TDs out there, grinded blood, sweat, and tears to make that a great series. It was a shame to see it go away, and to put this kind of stain on the tail end of it is complete BS, and I hate it.
Yep, I agree. I mean, AJ stepped up when everybody, like the tournament fishing scene nationally, needed a leader, and he stepped up. And this isn't AJ's main job. His main job is a Hobie sales rep. He took all this on, for nothing. All of his time and effort went into this for nothing. And to throw that kind of shade after he's obviously, done his due diligence and brought in multiple other people to help, nail down the integrity of the event and that decision. Like, I mean, I don't like it.
Yeah, if you want to go nuclear, do it right after it happened. Don't. Why are you waiting this long?
That's what I always say. You get one chance to show your ass. You do it right then, or don't do it. There ain't no point in doing it after it's over with.
And on top of all that, G Money, I mean, my man won the tournament. He knew the investigation was going on that week. He stayed quiet. He didn't make a big deal of it. He didn't agree with the investigation to begin with, but he understood. And he's staying quiet now. He's the champ. He's the winner. Second, third, fourth. He did a great job, but that's where it's going to stay. I don't know what the end game here is. It's crazy.
I mean, and fishing with Gramps, it's already to bed. It's been finalized. The tournament's over with. Money's paid out. It's to bed. There's not anything else running around out there other than people Facebook posting.
Yeah, my man's going over on I think somebody's YouTube channel. You can go listen to his side of the story, but there is no other side of the story. I mean, he can feel it in his heart all he wants to. It doesn't mean anything. I think that's
Agreed.
what the post said. I feel it in my heart. Hey, it sucks if you feel like it didn't work out the outcome that you wanted, but it is what it is. Garrett's the champ. That ain't changing. Final TOC. Well, maybe not the final TOC champ, but final TOC champ for now, right?
Yep, for sure.
All
right, we good?
Trying to keep my composure.
You got it.
All right,
got it off your chest.
Yeah, yeah. Eric says if there's legal action, it's not a done issue. I mean, who would want to carry? I mean, let's pretend there is legal action, and they say, "Hey, man, congrats! You're going to get a trophy too. You going to carry that around? You know, the asterisk TOC champ after you sued the freaking organization that gave you a platform to fish. I mean, that's insane. That's insane, man. I don't know. It's just one of those things where there's so many people in this sport that are takers. They want the platform. They want what's good for them. They don't give a damn what's good for the rest of the organization or the other anglers. Because we've seen a lot of shady stuff go on, and these same people remain silent because it would have hurt them and them getting to fish certain series in certain places. And now, when it gets in your backyard, we got people freaking out. So, anyway,
that's part of it, man.
Yeah.
That's part of tournament fishing. You let the judges judge.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam, how they getting the fish on the stand? I don't know. Somebody asked to have those fish lie detected earlier. I don't know how they're going to pull that off either. That's crazy talk. Crazy talk. But anyway, hey, we're here tonight to talk about the schedule reveal. I promised it, Ryan. I told everybody I had some breaking.
I can't wait to see what this is. I'm just as excited as the rest of the world.
So at the beginning of the show, we taled about this duplicate fish controversy. I don't want to go back into everything we already talked about. However, all that's been talked about on the page and online is 2 Tourney X photos, and that's it. Mm-hmm. But through my journalistic connections and investigation skills, Ryan, I was able to come up with this picture, which is a selfie of the 2 fish caught at 2 different times with some other differentiating characteristics. So there you go. How about that? Very similar looking bodies, but also very different looking on different parts of the fins and whatnot. And even more revealing than that, let me show you all this. I've obtained where both fish were caught. So tell me the odds on what looks to be a damn near quarter mile through the cypress forest at 9 a.m. for one and 1 p.m. for the other, that's the same fish.
And again, the point, we can go through and look and see what similarities 2 fish have between each other. You have to prove that they're different. That's the thing. If there's one thing that's different when these judges or biologists or whoever is going through these pictures, if they can, without some sort of question, determine the fact that they're not the same fish, or even if there is a chance that they're not the same fish, it's hard to take that away from somebody. So I
Yeah.
think I think they did their due diligence, as we said. AJ's taken this very seriously since the time that the BOS series first launched, and without a doubt, I don't think he would let what is the last TOC that we're at least going to see for the next year or so. I don't think he would let that slip, on anything else.